What up, y'all? This is John, but hopefully this is a quick video, and it should be. I haven't done these in a while. This is another World Star Hip Hop video reaction. This young lady is going to tell other women why they should not date ugly men. Now, to be honest with you, I've already seen this video. I have my own take on her opinion, and let's just kind of dig into it. This shouldn't take long, right? It's only 1 minute long.
So violently real with you. I don't care who I offend. If you give an ugly guy a chance, they will fuck you over. Okay? In my experience, every ugly guy that has always wanted me first, and I've been like, oh, they seem so sweet. Either they start love bombing or they're getting you gifts or whatever it is, they'll always be the ones that are into you first and you won't be into it. And then suddenly you're feeling into it because you're thinking maybe this guy will treat me right, I'll give them a chance. They treat you worse than the hot guys. They see this beautiful girl in front of them and their insecurities just are ripping through it. So they're so insecure that they're going to talk to a million other girls seeking validation because they don't think they deserve you. So that turns into like them cheating because honestly all these girls are looking at them with such a beautiful girl, and that makes their value go up in another girl's eyes.
There's quite a bit of cap in this video. I'm gonna break it down in a minute, but there's a lot of cap. Let's finish this off, and then I'm gonna rewind it, and we're gonna break it down.
Which is so toxic. So now you have this guy that's not good looking, that's shit, and all these girls want him because he's posting with a girl that's drop dead gorgeous. I don't know. Don't give an ugly guy a chance. If you're gonna get your heart broken, get it broken by a hot guy, not an ugly guy, because they're gonna treat you worse in the long run. I'm gonna be so
Okay, so
violently.
okay, so no, cancel. So we're gonna break this down now. The first thing that I want you guys to understand is a lot of times, and ladies, if I'm wrong, please let me know. Put in the comment section. But one thing I've noticed when it comes to how women talk about stuff a lot of times, especially these young women, is it's like there's a binary nature in which they tend to talk about men. Now, I'm gonna give you an example. Either a guy is tall or he's short. If you're not 6 feet, because 6 feet is I'm just using it as an example. 6 feet is objectively tall. The vast majority of men are not 6 feet. 6 feet is in of itself tall. But to them, if you for a lot of them, I should say, excuse me, if you're under 6 feet, then you're short. The same thing goes for men who have money. Either you're a guy with money or you're a guy who is broke, X, Y, and Z. Now, there's a very binary nature that in which we talk about guys. Now, in her case, it's either hot guy or ugly guy. Hot guy or ugly guy. Now, this is important because I'm not saying that this is not where the cap is, because she's not doing this consciously. This is subconscious, right? Let's be honest. This girl does not find too many men to be hot. If you were to ask her, how many guys out of 100 do you find hot out of any given, population of men? Let's say she's at a club, or she's at an event, she's at the frat party, etc. She will only probably say about 3 to 5 guys out of those 100 were hot, and her friends would probably agree. So you got to understand, if she's not dealing with a guy who she perceives as hot, then he's more than likely going to be in the quote unquote ugly category. There's no average, or he's just a. So I just want you to be mindful of that, okay? Because when she's talking about giving an ugly guy a chance, she's not talking necessarily about an objectively ugly dude. She's talking about a guy who is just not hot. See, to her, not hot means automatically ugly, just like how not 6 feet means automatically short, or not making over 100K means that you're automatically broke. All right. Let's continue. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Okay.
Be real with you. I don't care who I offend. If you give an ugly guy a chance, they will fuck you over. Okay? In my experience, every ugly guy that has always wanted me first, and I've been like, oh, they seem so sweet. Either they start love bombing or they're getting.
Now listen to what she just said. I want you guys to be honest with yourselves. She says that Every ugly guy she's giving a chance. She's given a chance. Now, two things. If you listen to what I just said about a minute ago about how any guy who's not hot to her is an ugly guy, then what she's saying makes sense. I can believe that she's given a few regular or slightly above average because again, even a guy who's slightly above average isn't hot to them. Hot is like Brad Pitt, Chris Hemsworth, Channing Tatum. That's hot, right? A guy who looks like I'm trying to think about like Will Smith wouldn't be a quote unquote hot guy to a woman like this. Will Smith would be okay, attractive maybe, and to some women they might even see him as ugly. But point being, and I know that those guys are white and this guy was black, so just get the racial thing out your head. But my point being, I just have to throw out an example. My point being is, if she's viewing guys who are not hot as ugly, then what she's saying makes sense. But if you took what she's saying literally, if you take what she's saying literally about how she's given all these ugly, do y'all honestly think that this girl, this blonde, relatively attractive young woman, do you honestly believe that she's giving multiple actual ugly guys a chance? Is that what y'all honestly believe? More than likely, she has never given an actual ugly guy a chance. What's probably happened is she's probably given a guy a chance who she didn't think was super hot initially. Maybe he had other aspects. Here's what probably happened too. Here's another thing, another wrinkle that you have to understand. A woman might give a guy who is not hot a chance if he has something else going for him. We obviously know this, right? So in this case, like, so if take this girl right here, right? Maybe she's in college, right? I believe that she probably gave an athlete a chance who wasn't that attractive. And because he was an athlete and because he has that status and he's with this girl, yeah, he probably did cheat on her. But she's not including the other, she's not including that the guy who she dated was probably had something that was kind of going for him, right? So again, I know I said that she was capping earlier. I think I take that back. I don't think that she's capping because I don't think that she has the proper, she's not using ugly, fellas. Listen to y'all. She's not using the word ugly in the way that you think that she's using it. She's using ugly simply to say a guy who's not hot. That's it. Because if you're not hot, you're automatically ugly. Again, binary thinking. It's either you're black or you're white. Either you're rich or you're broke. You're short, you're tall. You're this, you're that. That's it. All right.
Gifts or whatever it is, they'll always be the ones that are into you first, and you won't be into it. And then suddenly you're feeling into it because you're thinking maybe this guy will treat me right. I'll give them a chance. They treat you worse than the hot guys.
Now, let's actually dig in to what she's saying. Let's say, and I don't know why, but I gotta hold these hangers in my hand. Let's say what she's saying is true. I don't blame these quote unquote ugly guys. I'm using quote unquote because these guys are not actually ugly. I don't blame them. The reason why I don't blame them is because you had to make these ugly guys go through. I'm not saying that you made them do it, but these ugly guys jump through whatever hoops they had to jump through to get your affection. These are hoops that you did not make the hot guys jump through. You didn't. And I'm not saying that you had to, but I'm just telling you like what the reasoning is, right? And I'm not justifying any man treating a woman poorly or vice versa. I'm just giving you the logic here. So these ugly guys, right? Because oh my goodness, he looks average, so he's ugly. They jump through hoops to get you, and let's be honest, you probably didn't treat these guys with you probably didn't treat these guys well in the beginning, and that's their fault, right? That's their fault for allowing it. But that being said, they did all this to get you. They finally got you, and because they're with you now, all these women, because we know how women can be sometimes, where you're not popular at first, but then all of a sudden you got a girl and all the women want you. I can understand why this quote unquote hot guy would then take advantage of his new situation because he had to work hard to get you. So if he had to work hard to get you just for him to, on the other side of it, be more successful with women, then I can't blame him too much for indulging, because it's not like you were worth not cheating on anyway. Meaning that you didn't really like that guy. Because let's be honest, you just said that the guy was you said that these guys are ugly anyway. These are not guys that you wanted to be with. And you treated these guys accordingly. You treated these guys like a guy that you didn't really want to be with. So that's why you probably let him on. You probably, you know what I'm saying, like, or texting on dates and acting like you were busy. Like, we all know that you weren't giving these guys your A game. So when you finally do give him a chance, and and now you're with him, and you still don't really want to be with him, he's just treating you well. But then yeah, he wants to flex. He wants to, indulge. So I actually think that she has a point. However, at the same time, though, she's just simply making a justification as to why she wants to still deal with hot guys. This is something to justify her own shallowness. The truth of the matter is that she never gave an ugly guy a chance. She's never given ugly guys a chance. Um, and she would much rather live in a world where she's constantly being let down, cheated on, what I'm saying, abused, and in toxic situations. She would rather deal with that from the hot guys than with an ugly guy. I can understand. Totally fine. I'm not gonna make necessarily a judgment call, but I have to call the BS like I see it.
See this beautiful girl in front of them, and their insecurities just are ripping through it. So they're so insecure.
Bullshit. You're the one who's insecure because you think the guy that you're with is ugly. I'm not saying that the guy doesn't may not have any insecurities, but you certainly do have an insecurity because you think that this guy is ugly and you treat him accordingly. Fellas, women do treat you according to how attractive they view you. If you are on a date with a woman, or if you're around a woman and she is not giving you all that much respect, if she's texting on her phone, if she's kind of, you asking her questions, she's not asking you questions back, and you feel like you have to do a whole lot more, it's because she's not physically attractive to you enough to warrant that behavior.
That they're going to talk to a million other girls seeking validation because they don't think they deserve you. So that turns into like,
no, she's projecting. Did y'all see the projection play? Watch the projection play. She ran the play. It was a projection play. Watch this.
Think they deserve you.
Wait.
It. So they're so insecure that they're going to talk to a million other girls seeking validation because they don't think they deserve you.
It's a projection play. She just ran a play. Here's what's happening. Here's the play. First of all, you have to listen to what it is that she's not saying, because she's saying stuff by not saying stuff and by saying other stuff. And I know that's a little bit confusing. Here's what she said. She said that he's going to be talking to a million other girls seeking validation. That might be true. It could be true. Here's my question. No, here's my statement. She never said that she wasn't talking to other guys seeking validation. You know where she fucked up? She fucked up by saying that he's talking to other girls seeking validation. See, men don't talk to other girls to seek validation, not necessarily. We're mainly doing it, for sex, for more dates, so we can indulge in all that debaucherousness, right? It's not necessarily validation, right? Because what use is a man approaching and trying to talk to 20 women, right? Sliding into 20 women's DMs, and but you never meet up with them. See, women can talk to 20 men and not meet up with any of them because of the validation. The validation is not enough for us. We get validation from the sex, you can say, but not from just talking to. So she fucked up on that. She assumed that this guy is talking to all these women for the validation. That's what she does. See, what she didn't say was that that she was not talking to other men. She never said that she was faithful. She only said that he wasn't faithful. What was she doing? Because you can't convince me that this girl who was admittedly dating an ugly guy, who admittedly, for the most part, only tends to deal with hot guys, and she would rather. She says this at the end of the thing. She would rather deal with hot guys. So that's her standard, is hot. Anything below that is ugly. Remember that. So You can't tell me that this girl who is dealing with an ugly guy is still not sourcing her options and talking to other men. She never said that she didn't, right? What was the other thing that she said? She says,
So that turns into like them cheating because honestly, all they
hold on.
deserve you.
Oh, that was the one.
Validation because they don't think they deserve you.
And she fucked up on that. It's not. Listen, y'all. I need you to pay attention. It's not that these men are cheating on her. These ugly guys, because all these ugly guys just be cheating. So you might as well get with the hot guy, right? It's not that that the guy feels like he doesn't deserve her. It's that she feels like he doesn't deserve her. She projected her own thoughts onto him. This is a projection play. I told you this is a classic projection play. She believes he doesn't deserve her. So because of that, she treats him accordingly. She is not because she, and mind you, tell me if I'm wrong. She didn't say anything at all about how she treated this guy. How does she treat these ugly guys? She talked about how these ugly guys treated her like a queen. How did she treat these guys? You know what? I could be wrong. Let's rewind it. Did she say anything about how she treated
Either
him?
they start love bombing or they're getting you gifts.
Getting you gifts. So love bombing, getting her gifts. What about her?
Whatever it is, they'll always be the ones that are into you first, and you won't be into it.
And you won't be into it. So how the fuck is she treating him? She's not treating him well. Again, I'm not blaming her. I'm it's the guy's fault because he shouldn't be, fellas, you shouldn't be dealing with a woman who's not treating you well, and I've had this problem in my past where but let me not get into all that. But so she's not treating the guy well. I could be wrong. Let's keep watching.
And then suddenly you're feeling into it because you're thinking maybe this guy will treat me right. I'll give them a chance.
I'll give them a chance. I'm breaking this shit down. I'll give them a chance. Whenever a person is in the mind frame of I'll give them a chance, she is now in the Simon Cowell seat. I'll give you a chance. Perform for me. She is feeling like she is doing him a favor. She's not feeling as if he's doing her a favor by treating her right. She feels like she's doing him a favor. So here's my point. My point is that I honestly believe that him cheating is a little bit justified because why wouldn't he cheat on you if you weren't treating him right? Look at all this information I was able to gather from this 1 minute video. I'm good.
They treat you worse than the hot guys. They see this beautiful girl in front of them and their insecurities just are ripping through it. So they're so insecure that they're going to talk to a million other girls seeking validation.
The hot guy talks to a million other girls. The only reason why you think it's worse is because the guy isn't hot. That's it. That's it. And matter of fact, the hot guy has the greater capacity to talk to a million hot other women more than the ugly guy would.
Validation because they don't think they deserve you. So that turns into like them cheating because honestly, all these girls are looking at them with such a beautiful girl, and that makes their value go up in another girl's eyes, which is so toxic. So now you have this guy that's not good looking, that's shit, and all these girls want him because he's posting with a girl that's drop dead gorgeous.
And they hate that shit. Women don't like it when an ugly guy gets attention like that. They really don't like it. Or again, when I'm saying ugly, I'm just talking about a guy who's not hot. They don't like it.
Gorgeous. I don't know. Don't give an ugly guy a chance. If you're gonna get your heart broken, get it broken by a hot guy, not an ugly guy, because they're gonna treat you worse.
Yeah, she never noticed how, and I'm gonna wrap it right here. Notice how she never broke down how exactly the ugly guy would treat you worse. The fact of the matter is, the ugly guy is probably gonna treat you around the same, but she's okay with it because the guy is hot. The hot guy is gonna treat her the same as the ugly guy, but she doesn't care, right? So that's really what this is about. Yeah, there was a lot that I was able to get from this video. This was actually a good one, y'all. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.